Simone for Tested, and I'm currently on a hotel in Turkey filled with old German people. I feel like quite the unicorn for not having like one of those old people walkers. But how I ended up here is a completely different story, and today I'm going to tell you about something else. And that something else is when I visited the electronics market in Shenzhen. So gather around, kids, it's story time. Shenzhen Electronics Market, or Huacangbei Electronics Market, is the biggest one in China and arguably one of the biggest ones in the entire world. Around 500,000 people move through there every day. So going there, I felt like a very tiny fish in a huge school of fish. And you were probably not allowed to film there because I got kicked out a fair amount of times, but I kind of hustled my way through. So please appreciate that, me hustling. I was in China because I was a part of this Swedish delegation called Make It Resan, trying to connect Swedish hardware entrepreneurs and startups to Chinese hardware producers. But I'm not a hardware startup, so I just tagged along to check out some of the cool things that they have there, and I was not disappointed. They had like these piles of cables, like one thing, and it was just like a snake pit, and it was just more cables than I've seen in my entire previous life, possibly combined. I'm touching them. They have these like huge grids of buttons.
Switches. Dude, you're really pressing my buttons. Oh, that's a bad joke. Take that back.
And also they had massive amounts of LEDs, and they had like some of the biggest LEDs I've seen in my entire life, and also some of the smallest ones that I've seen in my entire life. Just the entire range. In Huacangbei, you can buy everything from like tiny surface mount components to big finished products. And you can also buy everything in quantities from like 1 to 100,000. So either you could buy like one resistor, or you could have them ship like 500,000 resistors to your factory. Two of the most popular products I saw was drones and hoverboards. But apparently they have like a problem with the batteries, so they can just explode at random times, which is really not a cool thing. That's not something you want your hoverboard to do, or anything to do, actually. Copycat products have always been a huge part of Shenzhen, and according to some estimates, they have over 25% of the global mobile shipment market. That's just crazy, 25%. The city of Shenzhen is actually a really interesting place because only 30 years ago, it was like this tiny fisher village. And one of the reasons why it's grown so much is because China set it as its first like special economic zone area, meaning that they had freer economic policies and they opened up for foreign investors to come in and invest in different companies. And basically that just made it boom because now it has like over 10 million citizens, over 18 million if you count like the bigger metropolitan area. And during my entire trip, I only met one person who was originally from Shenzhen, who was like born and raised in Shenzhen. All the rest was just people who had moved in from different cities in China and different countries around the world. I think my main impression from the Huacangbei Electronics Market is just how freaking huge it was. I kind of thought that I could just go there and like film some and then be like, okay, that was it. But I realize now that I could probably spend like a month there and just walk around and I still wouldn't feel that I'd seen everything because that's just how massive that place was. Around 500,000 packages are sent every day from the Huacangbei Electronics Market to locations around the world. But I think one of the main benefits of actually going there is, of course, that you can like touch the products and actually try them out.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's a pretty good feeling.
At the same time, a lot of the bigger products, or like the more like finished products, like hoverboards and drones, are copycat products and maybe not the safest or like the most reliant to use. So I think the Huacangbei Electronics Market is perfect for like the medium-sized thing. Like, for example, like buttons or LEDs that you really want to try out before you actually buy them.
So after spending a couple of hours here at the electronics market, I feel overwhelmed. I mean, there are just so many things here. I think if you're going here, it's probably good to bring a shopping list because all I managed to buy were these 3 cables for 1 kwai, so not a lot of shopping. You're gonna see more of me of Test It. If you wanna follow me on social media, I'm at Simone Giertz on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, so I'll see you there. Bye-bye.